I'm Stephanie Filardi. Welcome to Mind the Gap, the podcast. I believe many people fall short of living the life of their dreams simply because they get stuck in what I call the gap. The vision behind this podcast is to help you understand how to navigate the gap and in the process, awaken to the life that is waiting for you. It starts now. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining today. You know the drill. Let's begin with our 3 highly conscious breaths. Highly conscious because you've had so much practice that you are now becoming an expert. So take a breath in, filling up, feeling the air enter the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then on the exhale, allow the shoulders to melt down away from the ears. Allow the heart and chest to lift, letting go. Another delicious breath, taking the air in, filling belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, let it go. Releasing, making space. One more time, inhale, filling up, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, slow release, let it go. So feeling a sense of stillness coming over your inner body. So even as you might be doing something, you might be in the doing, you're still noticing how you're being. You're noticing that inside you can be still even when the world around you is moving fast. So this is part of the conversation today, and it centers around the question, is happiness a choice? In episode 18, I spoke about how to navigate the seasons. And I gave you a practice, 3 pointers, to choose presence, to choose happiness, and to choose to enjoy the moment. And my guess is that some of you, when I said choose happiness, might have said, that's impossible. I have so much going on, there's no way. There's just too many things that are happening, have happened. It's not a choice. I'm unhappy. Okay. What I say is, no, I'm going to challenge you. Lovingly, I'm going to challenge you to think about the conversation around, is happiness a choice? And why is that? Why is that? Well, it centers on a lot of things we've already discussed here, right? About the resistance of what is, about wanting to control, wanting to know when things don't go our way, about allowing ourselves to live with suffering that's self-inflicted because we're in denial of what is. So the ability to empower ourselves by recognizing that the moment we choose to be happy, not only is there a shift mentally, there's a shift in the body energetically. It's almost like we're sending out a signal to the universe that we are here, we are happy, we are grateful. We are grateful, which is a big part of this practice. So we all know people in life who have endured incredible amounts of suffering. And those are the same people that have achieved wild success in life. Are they special? Are they lucky? Are they better? Are they different? What I will say is that they probably have better habits. They probably have learned how to navigate the situations in life and have taken the situations that life has given them, the obstacles, right? The challenges, and overcome them. Mainly because they have chosen to overcome them. Because they have decided to use the obstacle, to use the challenge as an opportunity to grow, to become more disciplined, to choose, right? So in my experience of life, which is precious and short, and is quite frankly a gift that we've been given, that if we go about our day unhappy, day after day, looking to the outside world to make us happy or looking to what has happened to us, why would we want to be here? So when it comes down to it, if we are here, right? And at some point, yes, we will all die. Why not make the best of it while we're living? I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm saying is that when we can really, really be authentic with ourselves and decide, how do I want the rest of my life to go? From this moment onward, the past is done. How do I want this moment to go and the rest of the moments to go? If we choose happiness, I assure you that you will start to attract to you the situations, the people, and the tools that will support you. Because in the world of the helping beings, the helping spirits, the angels, whatever you believe in and want to call it, they respect us. So we need to ask. If we need help, if we're trying to get to that, quote, happy place and we're struggling because of most often the mind, because the mind sets up these stories and the mind is negative and the ego feeds on it. So we start identifying with our mind and we think it's who we are, right? So when we start to identify with our mind and think it's who we are, then of course our outlook is going to be gloomy if we have gloomy thoughts. So this is a practice that I have, I would say over the last 5 years, more acutely the past 3 years, have really had to practice, have really had to day in and day out say, okay, this is not how I expected this to go. Now what? Right? So much of this is the inner battle that we face. Because why? Because a lot of times when life happens and things happen that are beyond our control, we're at a point where we have to make some adjustments, right? Where we have to transform. So let's say that, we thought our life was going to go a certain way, that we were going to be maybe married with children, with a great job, living in a certain place. And then for whatever reason, all that falls apart. It collapses around us. Or one day we wake up and we're like, don't know if this is what I want anymore. Not making me happy. That's an opportunity not to walk away. That's an opportunity to go in. That is an opportunity to look at yourself and say, what's really going on here? Am I getting caught up in this collective negativity? Am I getting caught up with what everyone else is doing and how everything else seems in social media and what people talk about? And the intention behind this podcast is to have real conversations with you and to remind you, you are not alone. If you are listening to this podcast, I trust that at one point or another, you probably looked at the world and were like, what the hell? And I don't think that's a negative thing. I think that's just a reality check of, is what the collective group of people, is what they're doing, what I want to do? And if you're listening to this, probably not, which is why you're listening to this, which is why I created this podcast for you and for me, to keep me on the path, to keep you on the path, to keep us on the path, because it takes a community of people, high vibe tribe, high vibration, positive thinking, recognizing we are prosperity. Recognizing the universe is abundant. The universe does not know scarcity. That is a mental construct that keeps us in lack, it keeps us in fear, and quite frankly, it keeps us from being happy. So when I say, is happiness a choice? Yes, it's a choice. And if you're not ready to make the choice today, great. Maybe there's some more lessons you need to learn. But the clock ticks, right? And time is the only commodity we do not get back. So there is a sense of awareness and urgency here in saying, wow, if I think that when I get this dream job or have this dream home or dream family or whatever the thing is, that I'm going to be happy, does that mean you're not going to be happy along the journey? That doesn't even make sense. So when you really ponder this and reflect on it and discuss it, you really have to laugh at it, don't you? Because why would anyone want to live that way? And a lot of times what we think is going to make us happy doesn't. Because if we're not happy today, we're not going to be happy tomorrow. So this is a concept that I'm still working with myself. I am by no means an expert or perfect at it at all whatsoever. But I will tell you that it's the little moments that we choose to be happy, right? When we're in traffic and we want to curse or we're frustrated because we're tired and it's Sunday night and we want to get home. Why did I go visit my family? How come they never come to see me? Right? Instead of bitching and being upset and being negative and going in that spin, you're going to be in the car anyway, okay? So just get used to it. Put on some music, dance, or meditate. Keep your eyes open. there's nothing you can do about traffic. Would you be happier staying home? No, you would have been miserable because you're like, oh, I should have went. So we do this to ourselves all the time. It's like torture. And a lot of times we don't even realize we're doing it. So part of the point in me bringing this up to you, again, especially as we close out the year and we go through the holidays and we go through the seasons, that you give yourself the opportunity to examine this and notice the places in your life where it's easier for you to be, quote, happy, and the places in your life where it's, quote, harder for you to be happy, because those will teach you things. And in my experience, the areas in my life where I'm, quote, not happy are usually things that I'm trying to control that I can't. So for me, it's about letting go. It's about trusting. And it's about recognizing that maybe that thing that I thought I wanted is actually not what's in the highest good for myself. So the universe, God, whatever you believe in, has a much bigger plan for us than we could ever imagine in our mind. So the more we're able to be comfortable in the discomfort, to be comfortable in the unknown, to allow the things that fall away to fall away, the more we will be able to walk in peace and walk in joy. We will be able to navigate the moments in life that are challenging. It doesn't mean we're never going to be unhappy, but it means that recognizing, okay, this is where I'm at. Do I need to be here for a little while? Yeah. Because for some of us, being unhappy motivates us to make the changes we need to make. Sometimes we get up and we go, enough, I've had it, I'm done. It's not my preferred way to live because I prefer to have a little bit less drama, but sometimes that's what we need. So again, it's not about making us right or wrong, and there's no one right way for anybody in the course of your life. There certainly have been times where I have woken up and quit the job that morning, and that was the end of it. And now that I'm living more aligned, it doesn't have to be so dramatic, right? And also, quite frankly, the happiness, the fact that it's a choice and that I'm more interested in how I'm being in the moment. So am I showing up grateful? Am I showing up peaceful? Am I showing up with a sense of wonder and curiosity? Trusting that the universe has my back. There's a deep peace that comes from that, which helps us to not have to make such dramatic choices and decisions and pivots. Because if we cultivate that practice of living our life of presence, bringing presence into everyday life, we make the little choices, right? We honor that, you know what? I need a little space. I need a little space. I need to go somewhere. I need to take a day, or I need to go on a retreat. I need to take some time away from people. Or maybe the opposite is true. Maybe you need to take time with people. So again, no right or wrong, but it's a gift to have this life. It's a gift. So when we choose happiness, in some ways we're showing our respect and our reverence for the Creator and for the fact that we have been given life. And maybe on a future episode, we'll talk more about incarnation, and if you believe in that, reincarnation, and why we chose to be here, what's our soul's purpose, which ultimately I will be speaking about, because I believe we all are here for a reason. And I do talk about that in my book, Reclaiming Joy, your 4-step guide to happy, healthy, and free, available on Amazon.com. And I also talk about happiness and joy and the difference, which we'll speak about more on a future episode. But for now, I ask you to really consider making happiness a choice. Consider the possibility of what it would feel like and how empowering if in a moment where you usually freak out or get triggered or feel unhappy, where you could stop, take a breath, choose to be present, choose to accept what is, choose to be happy, and find the joy. It will change the quality of your being. It will start to change the quality of your thoughts. It will change how you show up, the actions you take, how you see things, and ultimately, it will transform your life. And when I say transform, there's a difference between transforming and changing. Changing is temporary. You can change your dirty shirt, but put it back on. You can change your hair color, but you still have the same hair color. When you transform, you become the butterfly. There is no going back. And that is, my friends, the deep work. And it's exciting. And yes, it's terrifying at times. But that's what it's about. So watch your thoughts, commit to presence. Check out my workshop on December 7th at Tovami Yoga from 3 to 5 on how to cultivate presence in everyday life. And as always, enjoy, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Let's go. The clock ticks.